Well, good morning and a very warm welcome to another episode of Under the Surface. Thanks for joining me this morning. It's just after 11:30 on a Sunday and I'm back on Pocklington Canal and I'm going to be fly fishing. I've got my customary fly rod and net and backpack on my back with a hooking mat and just the bare minimum gear really, and I'm going to have a wander down to a spot I wrecked out over the summer, which I haven't fished very much because it was very weedy, but as you can see now, the weeds all but died off. There's little patches floating down and whatnot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The weather conditions could not be more perfect. It's overcast, it's very mild, there's a little bit of breeze, perfect piking conditions. A lot better than I have been fishing in the last couple of weeks down here. Obviously, for those that have watched my regular videos, you'll realise I've not been out filming that much recently. Other commitments have got in the way and other events and stuff, so I've just been doing more sort of social fishing on my own with my friends and stuff, and not really been doing a great deal, which is unfortunate, but life gets in the way sometimes. But nevertheless, it's 11:30 now, so I'll probably fish until just before dark. Going to wander down, try a few stretches, hopefully get into a few pike, and I've also tied some flies for some perch. There's some huge perch I've seen over the summer months, and I'd love to get one of them on the fly rod. So I hope you can join me for a few hours and we'll see how we get on. Well, I've been fishing for about an hour now and not had anything to show for it just yet. I've come a fair way down from where I started to where I saw a lot of shoals of roach in the summer. Obviously this time of year they're shoaling up somewhere, and it's the trick to find them, then you'll find the pike. It's a bit of a funny old water, is this canal. One minute you can be fishing somewhere where you wouldn't think there was a fish, and then you move 10 yards and you might get 5 follows. So it's all about persistence and covering ground, which is why, obviously travelling very light. That's my backpack, and I've just changed my fly net. Rod and net, and other than that I've got my Polaroids and my hat on. And it's important to remember you should still wear your Polaroids for this time of year, mainly because obviously you want that eye protection, the big bits of fluff we're chucking, but also you can still see it at the bottom on a dull day, and it might make a difference between you catching and knocks. You might just catch a glimpse of a roach going past, or you might see a pike following, otherwise you might have missed. So keep on with them, and obviously where you're at keeps your head warm, and again stops your noggin getting clattered with a pike fly if you miscast. So I'm going to just have a cup of tea and then carry on wandering downstream. Well, this is not something you see every day down here. It's a canal boat just sailing down. It's going up to the marina at Melbourne. It's nice to see, but with the water only being very shallow, it's going to have caused a fair old bit of disturbance. But I can't grumble, because that's the whole purpose of this thing, was built to carry boats such as that. You never know, actually they might stir things up a bit of colour in the water, might get some of the shoalfish moving and get the pike from underneath the lice. So I'm going to go and wander further down and have a look in the water and see just if it's made too much commotion. Well, it's just coming up to 2 o'clock now, and I've had a little wander down from where you last saw me with that canal boat. Had a few chucked, but the water's quite cloudy now because obviously it's not very deep and the boat's churned it up. But I think, to be honest with you, that might work to my advantage for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because it's going to have just put a bit of colour in the water, and sometimes they can be a little funny and just not want to play ball. And secondly, it's probably got the fish moving. You got to imagine there's no boat traffic down here whatsoever, especially not this far down. And with a bit of movement and a bit of disturbance, it could have cooled the water up and encouraged the fish to move around a bit. And like I say, if the pike had been lining up, then hopefully it's got them moving and spotting roach and small bream and stuff moving around. So I've changed tack a little bit, and I've gone for a very bright black and orange marabou number. Just tied myself. It's entirely made of marabou, there's nothing else on it. I'm hoping just that bit of orange and black might just stand out amongst the gloom, especially now it's quite gloomy now, and I'm going to give it a go down here, maybe go a little further on, and then probably start making my way back down towards the car. Well, here you go. It's taken me a few hours, but I finally got one. It's not massive, probably a couple of pound at a push. Took the marabou fly. Look, see, he's absolutely nailed that. I've actually just put a bit of shot on it because it wasn't sinking enough for me, and it seems to have paid off. I just slightly altered the retrieve, allowed it to sink a little longer, sorry, and just twitched it rather than sort of stripped it back. And spirited little fight from this one, but he's a bit of a battered one. You look at his tail; he's had a bit of a chomp out of it there. You can see where something's grabbed him, and if you also look just underneath his pectoral fin there, he's got a laceration which is pretty fresh. It looks as though it's healed up a little bit, but obviously something's had a lash at him, so there's bigger fish out there still, and I'm just pleased I've got one, because that's the only fish I've actually seen all day, roach or anything, and sometimes you can get a little bit despondent, but nice to be out. So anyway, I shall slip this one back, and normally where there's one on here, there's normally a couple more, especially at this size, so we'll see if we can't get another one on the bank. Well, it's 3:15 now, and daylight's slipping fast. See the sun over there. It's a beautiful evening, or afternoon should I say, but light will soon have gone, so I'm just working my way downstream now, dropping into a couple of spots, having a couple of casts. I had one over strike by a pike, but it just nipped at the end of the fly, didn't really take it full tilt. But yeah, it's been a nice day to be out. A bit difficult on the fishing front. I'd like to see a few more fish and a few more followers, but you can't have everything. I'm not going to grumble though. Great to be out and get a bit of fresh air and walk up and down these banks of this beautiful Pocklington Canal. Well, that's me done for another day. It's now exactly 4 o'clock, and as you can see, it's a gorgeous sunset, and it's rapidly getting dark, so I can't complain. I've had a fish, had a good wander out, a good few miles under my belt, and had a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon of it. And I'll no doubt be back down here again soon. I'll certainly be fishing it over the winter in search of some of the bigger pike, probably more than likely be with the dead baits, I imagine. So I hope you can join me on another session soon.